For you. I ain't doing it. Well, y'all know more. Get a car. We love each other. You feel me? That's how we do. And then she switch sides. You feel me? Let it fly. I'm not leaving this house like it's my grave.
I believe when she comes to my son, then we're going to be a
I'm going to be in jail.
Now, this ain't like this. We all have to.
My ring, bro. Don't go like you a big baller. Give me my ring and then be a big baller.
As the tension in the room increased, the lights flickered, a silent storm brewing in the universe of hip-hop and love. The undercurrent of drama in Atlanta, where relationships are as erratic as they are intense, had always existed, but tonight was different. The turmoil that had been accumulating for weeks, perhaps even years, was about to explode Erica. A roller coaster of love, betrayal, and unresolved conflict, Dixon and Scrappy's relationship had always been complicated. After their breakup and the birth of their daughter, things between them had been tense at best, with frequent flare-ups and old wounds that never fully healed. However, it wasn't just their relationship that was broken, it was also the relationship between Erica and, for as far as anyone could recall, it was Scrappy's mother, Momma Dee, who really lit the fuse. Momma Dee, the proud, larger-than-life personality, had never been afraid to voice her opinions about Erica's life choices, particularly when it came to her son, Lil Scrappy. She frequently and openly criticized Erica in ways that left scars deeper than anyone else's. Saw that Erica, who was fiercely independent and protective of her family, had always resisted, but it had never been enough to gain Momma Dee's approval. That night, at a party hosted by one of the city's most powerful promoters, it seemed as though all the unresolved tension had finally reached its breaking point. The air was filled with music and laughter, but for Erica, Scrappy, and Momma Dee, the gathering was merely another battleground. The three of them had avoided one another for the majority of the evening, but destiny had a way of bringing them together unexpectedly. The tension between Scrappy and Erica was evident in every look and phrase as she tried to enjoy the evening while wearing a beautiful black dress. Latent disdain in every action, and of course, Momma Dee was also present, making her presence known with her distinct. The first sparks flew when Momma Dee, who never lets her opinions be kept to herself, approached Erica in a nearly vacant area of the theater. Her voice, as loud and brazen as usual, broke through the music, making you think you could simply come up here. Momma Dee's statements were like, "Dagger, you're nothing but a baby mama, and she wasn't even with my son anymore." Erica was already tense from her frequent passive-aggressive behavior. The fire within Jabs began to burn. "Momma Dee, you don't know me or my life," Erica said in a cold, calculating tone. "If you stop trying to run then, even if you believe that I'm doing my best to be a decent mother to our daughter." The venom's words alone were enough to throw Momma Dee into a tailspin. "You think you're better than me and can control my son, but you're just trouble." The dispute swiftly became heated, with both women finding themselves in a flurry of words and rising voices. The crowd started to notice that they were engaged in a full-fledged yelling war, but it was obvious that Erica and Momma Dee's hostility had escalated to a boiling point. The Erica stay out of my business, Momma Dee, her tolerance was already wearing thin after months of putting up with Scrappy's mother's meddling. With her eyes flaming with anger, Erica said, "You're." Momma Dee, who was no longer going to dictate to me how I should live my life, came forward with her chest bare and prepared for battle. "You can't handle me, girl," she said. "You think you're grown, but you're still just a little girl playing house." Lil Scrappy then entered the scene and tried to defuse the situation, but the storm had already gathered, and he could feel the tension and heat rising between them. Scrappy blasted his voice in a forceful but exhausted manner, addressing two ladies he loved but could never manage to please. He had attempted mediation before, but this time it had gone too far. The Erica, fed up and furious, turned around and left, saying that she needed space to escape the toxic environment that was choking her. "This isn't the place for this, and you guys need to stop," but neither woman listened. Prior to her being able to escape in a fit of uncontrollable rage, Scrappy reached out and took her arm, yanking her back to him. "You're not going anywhere. You've got a lot of nerve, pretending like you can just leave this whenever it becomes difficult." Scrappy hissed, his eyes crazed. Her heart was thumping. "Erica, he released me after I twisted out of his hold. This is your mess, not mine." In a moment, Scrappy. Everyone in the room became silent as Scrappy, his rage out of control, slapped Erica hard across the face. Erica staggered back, her hand automatically going to her cheek. The room fell silent, and everyone's eyes were fixed on the victim. Not only did the slap hurt physically, but it also pierced their shared history. Practiced on the three, the slap and humiliation had caused Erica's face to flush, and her voice was unsteady but determined, cutting through the tension with rage and treachery. "You've really gone overboard, Scrappy, and you've gone too far." Scrappy was shocked and stood frozen, his eyes wide. He wasn't meant to hit her, but rage caused it. Almost immediately, when he realized the consequences of his actions, regret came crashing down. The Erica, his voice was barely audible above a whisper. "I didn't mean for it to go like this." But Erica was already, she retreated beyond his grasp, sobbing. She was saying, "I can't do this anymore, Scrappy. I'm done with you and your mother controlling me. I'm not going to do it anymore, Erica." And hurried away, disappearing. As he stood there, numb with regret, Scrappy Momma Dee observed her expression, which showed a mix of relief and shock that she had achieved her goal. Scrappy stood by himself in the center of the room, feeling the full weight of his deeds fall upon him. But at what cost had Erica finally left? Though it was too late, his gaze followed Erica as she vanished into the night. Damage had been caused. Momma Dee was always by Scrappy's side, but even she couldn't deny that something priceless had been lost. The fallout from that night would reverberate for weeks to come, changing Scrappy and Erica's relationship irrevocably and increasing their distance from one another. Because Scrappy had gone too far, he had destroyed what little survived. His relatives, the night had begun like any other, full of possibilities and promises, but by the end, it had left only broken relationships and broken hearts behind. It was a cruel reminder that sometimes, when you lose control, even love cannot save you. This moment would haunt all three of them.